Hey guys, as you can see, I'm standing in front of a very familiar backdrop, and that's because I'm back at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And there's actually two reasons why I'm here today. First one being that the new coaster Wonder Woman Flight of Courage just announced its opening date for July 16th, and these just started testing last week. So I was hoping to make it out there and see how amazing the coaster looks, see how fast it's running or whatnot. So that's number one. Number two, this is my first official visit this summer, and I know during summertime Six Flags gets packed, and it is a weekday, it's a Thursday, but I want to see how packed it actually is and how much you can do in the summer times. And it definitely is a hot day today, so I'm not gonna spend too much time here. Maybe just do a couple laps around the park, see what's new, see how bad the crowds are, and just go from there. So let's go. Just made it inside the park, and despite the 95-degree heat, it's actually a beautiful day. I love it. So coming into the park, I did see the parking lot get pretty full, but the good news is that it didn't extend too far out towards Scream. It kind of stopped where Scream was, and plus I know that a lot of the cars are going to Hurricane Harbor. Maybe some cars go to both parks, but I know a lot of them also are leaving right now as I walked towards the entrance. So overall, I'm at the Full Throttle Plaza. It doesn't seem too packed. I think my way of gauging how busy the park is to see how long the line is for Full Throttle, since it's the first coaster closest to the entrance. So if that one has a long line, that means the whole park is already pretty packed. If it's pretty short, that means it's not gonna be that bad. So let's see. And from the looks of it, it doesn't seem that bad. Usually the line kind of starts like in this area and then it extends that way towards the canopy. But the fact that this whole line is empty means it's about a 15-20 minute wait max. So I didn't plan on riding too many rides today because my only reason for being here is to check out the new coaster, but the line for Full Throttle was about like 10 minutes, so I had to ride that real quick. But now I'm heading straight to the new coaster. They finally finished building the entire layout. I think they're still working on the station, but it looks amazing from the pictures, so I gotta see it for myself. So I'm gonna cut to that right now. Oh, before I got to the ride, I see this new sign that's being put up. This is for the DC Universe, which is a new themed area. Before it was Gotham City, I believe, but it's cool to see that they're still working on this section of the park. Oh, I see some trains on the lift hill. It's not testing right now, but I hope that they start testing later tonight. And the thing that a lot of people don't really mention is the fact that this new coaster is like wide open. You can get pretty close to the... Oh shoot! I started testing. I'm just a lucky guy. Look at that! Woo! Oh my gosh, that looks so good. But yeah, it's amazing how close we can get to it. Like, it's in the middle of this busy plaza, and like everyone can come up really close. They can see how big the elements are, how like whippy everything is, and it just builds up the anticipation. I think it's amazing. Let's see if it returns to the mid-course brakes, and it stops right there. I think they're still doing some testing. I hope it doesn't stop when the ride actually opens, because that'll just ruin the pace. But let's see. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh yeah, I want to take you to dinner. Woo! And I actually don't know how often this coaster actually tests throughout the day, but as I was walking towards it, it wasn't testing at all, and as soon as I got here it started testing. So I don't know, maybe I bring good juju or good luck to this coaster. So I just watched Wonder Woman test for about 30 minutes, and my first impression of it is great. It looks so fun, it looks so amazing, especially the first, after the dive loop, the first airtime hill, it looks so good. Like, I can already feel it, like just looking at it, it just looks so good. The color scheme, a lot of people make fun of it because it looks like McDonald's, but I don't mind it. It still looks amazing. I can't wait for July 16th. It's a Saturday. I'm hoping, like, I know I didn't get any like formal preview invites, so I will probably have to come nice and early on Saturday that day. I'm planning on coming to the park maybe around 9, maybe earlier, maybe 8, and just wait by the gate and like run to the ride and be one of the first riders. Yeah, but I can't. I'm just like I'm speechless. It just looks so good. And there's not that many parks that have 2 RMCs. I think Fiesta Texas and maybe one more. I can't remember, but yeah, it's not a common thing to have 2 RMCs, and we're lucky to have 2. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I plan on getting a couple more shots during like sunset hour, golden hour, but until then, I'm gonna just kind of roam around the park, see what rides I can do. First, I'm gonna hit up Lex Luthor Drop of Doom. It recently reopened after being closed for a while, so it's a fantastic drop ride. So let's see how long the line is. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah, nobody. So you know how I was talking about how lucky I was to see like Wonder Woman testing right when I got there, and I was just boasting about how lucky I am as a person, but it just shows that words can bite you in the butt, because I was about to ride Lex Luthor but it broke down. I'm sure it's not a long delay. I'll probably come back to it, but regardless, it sucked that I was getting like excited to ride it, but it closed down. So I'm just heading to Twisted Colossus, which is my personal favorite ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm gonna do a couple rides there, maybe do Scream and come back to Lex Luthor, and by then hopefully the sun will start to set so I can get some better footages of Wonder Woman. So let's go. And by the looks of it, it doesn't look like much of a line, maybe like 15-20 minutes max. So I think that just goes to show that if you're here in the area and you're on a weekday, don't be scared or shy to come to Six Flags Magic Mountain. The chances are the rides don't have too much line. The park itself isn't too crowded. So yeah, check this park out. Come through. I just had the most amazing ride on Twisted Colossus ever. First of all, it dueled. Second of all, the cars lined up so perfectly. So I was sitting on row 12, which is the last row, and the car beside me, like their row 12 was exactly where my row 12 was on the first drop. So every beat it hit perfectly, and all the inversions that intertwined with the both sides was hitting so well, and like I got chills in the middle of the ride. I couldn't stop smiling, and it was incredible. But here's a quick tip for first-time riders at Twisted Colossus. First, if you want the best possible ejector air, go for the last row. But there's a caveat to that. The caveat is that your thighs are gonna be pretty crushed most of the time. Every time there's ejector, you're gonna really feel the pain on your legs. So that's number one. Number two, if you want that similar ejector air but you don't like the pain, I actually suggest going to row 10, because I think riding both row 10 and row 12, you'll still feel the ejector air on the row 10, but you feel less of the pain on your thighs. So I think that's a pretty good trick. If you're riding for the first time, no matter where you sit, it's gonna be an incredible ride. It's my favorite ride. Yeah, I just so speechless after my last ride. I'm having a blast. So after waiting about 30 minutes by Wonder Woman to see if it will test again, it actually didn't start testing for a while, so I decided to leave. I made it to the Underground District. Might do a quick ride on West Coast Racer. The line doesn't look too bad. And then maybe head up to Tatsu, and then the night on X maybe. and head home. I'm pretty tired, but it's been fun. It's definitely, the crowd isn't as bad as I anticipated. But yeah, like again, check this park out. I love this park. Made it to Tatsu. The line is minimal. So just got off Tatsu and it's about an hour before the park is about to close and there's no line whatsoever. So even if it's a busy day, I think if you stay long enough, crowds will disperse by the end of the day. Alright, so this is what the lines are looking like right now. So everything is about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes too. The only ride that's really long is X2, which is about an hour and a half. That makes sense because it's only running one car and it takes so long to dispatch. So overall, it's a pretty light crowd right now. Oh, it's a 2-hour wait. Yeah, it's a lot. And most likely, I won't be waiting for this ride, but I just want to see the line if it's actually 2 hours. From the looks of it, it doesn't look like a 2-hour wait. Maybe like 30 minutes. It depends on how packed the station is. Oh, I see some people over there, but it doesn't look like 2 hours for sure. Alright, just finished my ride on X2 and it's dark now. And as I expected, the wait was about 30 minutes, which isn't too bad. So when it says it's a 2-hour wait, go and check it out if you're nearby. There's 2 tips, again, kind of like Twisted Colossus, that I want to give to first-time riders. Maybe 3 if you've never heard of this before. First, try to sit on the inside seat rather than the wing seat. Those are a little less bumpy. Number 2, when they come to do your restraints, kind of like sit tall and hold your breath so that you get some room, or else you might get pretty crushed and you'll be kind of suffocating throughout the ride. So make sure you do that during the restraint system time. And lastly, on the last Raven turn, keep your head back, because there's so many people that complain that they bump their head on the last like Raven turn, and that happened to me once too, and it's not a good feeling. So keep your head back, only on the last turn. So if you do all 3, you're gonna have a pretty good ride. Overall, X2 is a phenomenal ride. There's probably like, there's only 3 in the world that I know of that has that like 4-dimensional coaster style, and I'm so lucky. I say this all the time. I'm so lucky to have X2 at my park. So with that having said, overall it was an amazing day. I got to do all the things that I set out to do. Wonder Woman was running great. I'm so excited for that. Number 2, the crowd wasn't too bad, and I had a blast just riding all the main rides. And now I'm heading home. So again, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.